Welcome back to Science. I'm your host, Boston PhD. Joining me as always is Dr. Moon.
Hi.
We're here to pass judgment on Wizard of Legend. We've finished our month of study with Wizard of Legend here, and we're going to put it here in our list of the best roguelikes of all time. Let's start here with our final thoughts on the game and answering the question we ask every month of, will you keep playing it? Moon, what are your final thoughts?
I liked it. I bought this game a long time ago under the behest of friends of the show, Rob and Justin, and I put about maybe 5 hours into it and then didn't play it at all since then until now.
Rob and Justin, we Roguelike It super fans, shout out.
Yes, the people who buy everything that is on our list, basically.
Right.
Games we haven't even started, they have finished.
Right.
And it's a good game. I wish the co-op was online instead of just local only, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
But I also think this came out at that heyday of indie games being online co-op kind of thing.
Right.
Rather than, online, offline, rather indie games being about offline co-op rather than the online co-op, because everybody was playing games indoors. And that was like 2 years before the global pandemic, so that was fun.
Good times.
Yes. Honestly, I will probably keep playing this because now I feel like I've actually got a rhythm with it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting more and more and more into the actual control of the games, knowing how it feels, things like that. And
you got a build
it's
going.
Also worth mentioning. Yeah, like I'm starting to learn that kind of stuff. Shockingly enough, I started doing a bit of research.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't do while we're doing the show because I don't want guides. I don't want anything.
We don't
want
to be influenced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, there's another element.
Oh my. Okay. Well then. It's surprising.
And it's called the chaos element.
Okay, I guess that makes sense based on the story of the game.
And you unlock those abilities by beating the final boss.
Okay, sure. That makes sense.
Including a dash that has invincibility frames.
Oh my, hello.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Just adding more fuel to this fire.
Uh-huh. And the worst part is I got up to the third boss this week.
Oh my. Man, you got a build going.
Uh-huh. And it was the fire lady. And oh boy, they increase and hit so much faster and harder the further you face them in the dungeon.
Oh no.
Just so you know.
Oh,
so
boy.
The really quick fire lady, and I have a dash that doesn't have invincibility frames, which is probably one of my biggest complaints. There's no iframes in the dash.
Right.
So because of that, I got up to her and she was moving around, excuse the pun, like lightning. And it was impossible for me to dodge out the way, and then I would just get insta-chained.
Right. Boy.
But very seriously, do start with the sanguine glasses. And then the second you can, get that cursed item, which is the Dracula teeth.
Yeah.
It gives you the vampire outfit, makes you look like Helsing, which is all sick as hell, I'm not gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
And it's so helpful for like maintaining health levels as you get further and further into the game. It's ridiculously useful.
Nice.
I like this game a lot. Too much. Yeah, probably.
I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat where it's kind of hard to wrap up my thoughts on Wizard of Legend because it just is a good game. Like I don't think it does anything. There's no one part that's super outstanding. It's not like any single thing is like, well, I've never seen a roguelike do this or that or the other thing. But all this stuff, it reminds me a lot of like Neon Abyss, where it's like, I've kind of played games like this before, but you put all of it together and you did all of it really well. So if you like this kind of roguelike, you kind of need to go play it because it's just a really good one of these. Like, this is definitely a highly recommended, kind of top-down action-y hack and slash roguelike. I'll probably I definitely keep it installed. This feels like a really good rainy day game. I'd like to put more time into it to kind of get a build going and like get a synergy going and stuff like that. But I'm not sure how much time I can actually dedicate to it in the short term. Certainly, especially because there's like 4 million games coming out in February. What is everyone doing?
And to be honest, there's so much coming out all the time. Like, and it doesn't stop. And it feels like everything is a roguelike these days, and that's annoying.
I wish I was one of those people that's like, indie games, no thank you. I have so much more free time. Oh man. Gosh. All right, let's figure out where this is going to go in our list. We talked before the show about starting here at number 20. Is Wizard of Legend better than 20XX?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me as well. Is Wizard of Legend better than the Legend of Bumbo Classic? Easier and better, yes.
And it's a more finished game, one might say, compared to what we played.
Yeah. I know Wizard of Legend has gotten a lot of like patches and content updates and stuff like that over time, but I think we have played it in its kind of complete form.
This isn't even my final form, you fool.
That's right. I'll unleash my chaos powers. Is Wizard of Legend better than Griftlands? It's certainly shorter. Each run is not 3 hours.
Is it?
Each run is, at least at the beginning.
The runs might be shorter, yes.
Yeah.
Because even when I did the 3 bosses, like that was only like a 20-minute run.
Yeah, it's a pretty snappy game. I mean,
there's an achievement. There's an achievement for completing the entire trials in less than 5 minutes. Just so you know.
Oh, jeez, gosh, okay, goodness. I would say Wizard of Legend is better than Griftlands, personally.
Yeah, like Griftlands has so much to love about it, but there's so many mechanics going on in Griftlands. It can be a little dense sometimes.
They're just like completely opposed types of games, so it's tough to compare them. But is Wizard of Legend better than Spelunky? Yikes.
Is that going to show up in the show? Because you could be sure I got that notification as well.
Which I didn't. I actually didn't get a notification. I don't know.
Okay, we'll see.
Goodness.
It's about where we put our files.
Oh.
Is the
Dropbox full?
No. Okay. Yeah, it's just letting me know that somebody changed it.
Okay.
I don't.
This is a really tough one.
Yeah. It is, because they both have such unique styles. They both have such unique feels. I will say yes, because I prefer, and this is going to be the one thing that kicks it above Spelunky, is I prefer a roguelike with persistence that makes you more powerful.
Yeah, that's true.
That is Spelunky's biggest failing to me personally from the roguelikes I enjoy. The fact that there's nothing that carries over or upgrades or makes you feel better going into the game. This is the map, these are the items, deal with it.
Yeah, these are definitely two opposing philosophies, which is, should you get stronger over runs by collecting, currency and cashing that in, or in the case of Spelunky, should your skill be increasing as opposed to the game increasing? Yeah, I would agree. I think I'm in the same boat where you're in. I like Spelunky too, but I think that's my preference too, is kind of having this meta progression. That's the thing that I really like out of roguelikes. Is Wizard of Legend better than Descenders? Let's talk about opposing games here as well. This one's tough. Descenders is really good.
It is, but Descenders also has its flaws, and I say that as the biggest praiser of Descenders out there.
Yeah.
Like Descenders, controls can be a little janky sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The whole nature of the map of that game is very annoying if you get like a big gap and you've got to take like 7 dots to go
Yeah.
around it. Like, it's very unique, it's very inventive, but it does have its flaws. Whereas this feels like much more stripped down, kind of.
Yeah.
Which are both good and bad.
I think I would probably put Wizard of Legend over Descenders. I think this Descenders is a cool take on like an FTL style roguelike. As weird as that sounds, it's a mountain biking FTL. I think Wizard of Legend is like a complete package that feels really well polished.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get behind this.
Is Wizard of Legend better than BPM bullets per minute? Oh man. These choices are getting way harder at like the top 15 in this list. Now the top third is the top 15.
Honestly, I think it could probably stop here. Because if you take the whole concept of BPM out of it, and just think it's a first person shooter, very much like Ziggurat, or kind of a roguelike
into the pit sort of thing.
Yeah, like
right.
it's a good game. It's fine. It very much is like Wizard of Legends, where it's stripped everything back and it's just like it's easy.
I just made a roguelike.
It's a solid roguelike with good foundation and good expansion and good things
it's
like
very
that
focused.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you throw in that BPM thing of having that, doing it to the rhythm of the music, and not to mention having music that absolutely shreds.
Yes, it's a great soundtrack.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it can stay here.
I think I'm okay with that. I think
because I know you're not the biggest fan of BPM. So if you want to go above, we can go above. That's fine too.
I like BPM a lot. I'm bad at it, but I like it a lot, and I genuinely really respect it. I think largely because of what you were just talking about. Like, it's a really focused thing with a core mechanic that you get immediately, and you understand immediately, and it never stops being fun. I am probably the world's worst player of it, but I don't think that's going to stop me from enjoying it. And I think also when you start looking at the games above this, I don't know if I want to fight for Wizard of Legend to be better than some of the games on the rest of this list, because I don't know if it would go any higher than one more spot, and I think BPM probably edges it out a little bit for me.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, if we're looking above it, we've got what?
Nuclear Throne immediately at 14.
Yeah, and then Dicey Dungeons, Has Been Heroes, and of course we get into the
top 10. Yeah. The top 10, which are all killers at this point. Yeah, I think I'm happy with it staying there. I think that's a solid spot for it. So Wizard of Legend sits here at number 16. Just behind BPM, Nuclear Throne, Dicey Dungeons, kind of all of our top 10. So, like we're talking about, Wizard of Legend is an absolute recommendation. It's a really great.
It's a really good game.
Yeah, it's a really good, super focused, really well made game. And it's number 16 on our now. Next month we'll have 42 games on this list. The number is a little bit off because Rogue is in the Hall of Fame, along with Binding of Isaac. So those are kind of out of the list. But we'll see how Crown Trick treats us here for next month. That's our game for next month, and we'll see you all next run. Bye.
Bye.